Hi everybody, Paul here again. In this video, I'm going to show how to replace an engine coolant thermostat on a vehicle. Always be sure to replace the thermostat whenever you replace the water pump. If you do that, you'll more than likely never have a thermostat failure. Don't forget, thermostat failure can leave you stranded on the side of the road with an overheated engine. When you replace the thermostat, also be sure to replace the thermostat gasket. Always use genuine OEM parts for optimum performance. I've always found eBay or Amazon to have the best prices. First, locate the thermostat housing, which will be in one of two locations. First, follow the upper radiator hose to the engine. As you can see on this particular vehicle, there's no thermostat housing. Next, follow the lower radiator hose to the engine. Here's the thermostat housing. This is where the thermostat will be located. You'll notice two nuts holding the thermostat housing to the engine. Applying penetrating oil to the thermostat housing nuts will make for easier removal. I like using this PB blaster. Next, you'll need to drain the engine coolant before removing the thermostat housing. Never drain the engine coolant until the radiator cap is cool to the touch, otherwise you may be burned. Next, remove the radiator cap. Push down on the radiator cap and turn it counterclockwise until it stops, and then lift up. This will allow the engine coolant to drain faster from the radiator. This will also prevent the loss of engine coolant from the engine coolant reservoir. Next, locate the drain valve on the bottom of the radiator. The one on this vehicle is located here. Place something underneath the drain valve to catch the engine coolant. Now open the drain valve. Once the engine coolant has been drained, close the drain valve. Now you can remove the thermostat housing and move it off to the side. There's no need to remove the hose attached to the thermostat housing. Just wiggle the thermostat housing gently up and down. Next, remove the thermostat. If the thermostat is stuck, gently apply some leverage to the thermostat with a screwdriver. Next, install the new gasket on the new thermostat. You'll notice on the top of the thermostat a little floppy piece of metal. This is the bleeder valve. When you install the thermostat, be sure to install it with the bleeder valve facing straight up in the 12 o'clock position. Next, wet the thermostat gasket with engine coolant, which will make it install easier. Before installing the new thermostat, first clean all the interfacing surfaces. Once the new thermostat is installed, reinstall the thermostat housing and fasten it back down. Something that a lot of people are unaware of is when engine coolant is drained from the cooling system due to replacing parts or replacing engine coolant, adding engine coolant back into the system will usually cause trapped air. This trapped air can cause erratic engine temperatures, engine overheating, erratic engine performance, and erratic heat to come out of the air vents inside the passenger compartment. The easiest way to remove the trapped air is with a spill-free funnel. This particular one will work on most radiators. The lid keeps contaminants out during storage and keeps all of the fittings inside so nothing gets lost. This also prevents engine coolant overflow. This gets really high reviews, and I'll post it in the description. Some vehicles will have an engine coolant bleeder screw located somewhere by the top of the engine, which you can also use to remove trapped air. Personally, I prefer to use the no-spill funnel method because it leaves no mess. The radiator cap filler neck will always be the highest point of the cooling system, so any trapped air will always make its way to the radiator cap filler neck. First, install the proper fittings to the radiator filler neck. And insert the funnel. Now you have a spill-free, hands-free funnel. This is by far the easiest way to remove the trapped air from the cooling system. This also allows you to visually observe the removal of the trapped air and know when it's all been removed. One big caveat is when you pour the engine coolant into the spill-free funnel, pour it slowly so that as much air as possible can escape out through the spill-free funnel. Hey Sparky, you think you could get me some more engine coolant? During the rest of this procedure, continue to add enough engine coolant to the spill-free funnel so that it remains approximately 1/3 full. If you perform this on an uneven surface, position the vehicle so that the engine is elevated the highest. With the funnel still attached, start the vehicle, turn the heater to the highest temperature setting, turn the blower fan on low, and let the engine idle. There's no need to rev up the engine, which can cause engine coolant to erupt out of the funnel. Once the temperature gauge reaches operating temperature, the thermostat will open and purge trapped air through the spill-free funnel. Continue to watch the spill-free funnel for at least another 15 minutes. Once the air bubbles stop, check the temperature gauge. If it remains at a normal, steady operating temperature and you have steady heat coming out of the air vents, then you can turn the vehicle off. With the vehicle turned off, squeeze the top radiator hose, insert the fluid stopper into the funnel, and release the radiator hose. Now you can remove the spill-free funnel and fittings. Now you can pour the additional engine coolant from the spill-free funnel back into the container by removing the stopper. Next, reinstall the radiator cap and take it for a drive. Once the radiator cools, top off the engine coolant if necessary, and you're done. I hope you found this helpful, and if you like this video, please hit the like button below, share it with your friends, and please be sure to subscribe. God bless you and have a great day. Bye for now. Okay, Sparky, wait.